Good morning, friends. Happy hump day. Happy Wednesday. Let's get started. Very good news, guys. Right now, the news is starting to get critical for us. You've been experiencing, so as of last Sunday, they started reviewing the unconstitutional budget, but again, they only work at one speed on that. And they're going to need about 3 to 4 weeks. That's about their average time frames on things like this, okay? So it's probably going to take them to somewhere around mid-August for reviewing the budget, okay? Then you have, I'm just trying to show you all the critical steps here, along with everything they're in the middle of. So again, probably 3 to 4 weeks on the budget review of the unconstitutional budget. It's going to be, they're going to finish it probably just shortly before Iraq's accession to the World Trade, which will be the weekend of August 17th and 18th. Okay, that accession period, guys. Right now is kind of like the nucleus to everything right now. Everything is happening around that accession date is what you're going to see going forward. Okay, so you have that. Then you have them. They're having meetings right now to talk about the withdrawal of U.S. troops starting in September. That's because again, for them to pull the troops out, they had to have already have revalued and fully, completely paid the U.S. back, get the U.S. sanctions off, all that. Iraq has to be 100% done with everything for the United States to remove the troops. That's the very last step when everything's already done. That's critical too. Over the weekend or early in this week, on Monday they talked about brand new exports coming out of Iraq. Again, that's a world trade requirement. Grains, barley, sulfur. Okay, very critical things are happening right now. I'm sure there's more that I'm missing. Even right here, this first article talks about the prime minister kind of in a way improving the entrance into Baghdad. That way, when they go international and get back on the world stage and they have all these tourists and travelers coming into Iraq to check out the brand new country of Iraq that just jumped in the international world, everything looks amazing coming into the heart of Iraq, which is Baghdad, into the green zone. That's the critical government area. They want that to look amazing. That's what this article is talking about. And that's why I said getting ready for August right now. Right now, everything's really pointing to everything happening in August, everything. Along, in my opinion, guys, I really feel that's when the rate's changing to in August. Um, Everything seems to be hovered and centered around the nucleus of August being their accession to the World Trade, somewhere around mid-August. Okay, that's when we're going to see most of their critical steps coming forward. Okay, but right now you're already seeing tremendous critical steps going into August between brand new exports right here, getting their government section of Baghdad fully looking amazing, so that when they get back on the world stage and tourists and travelers come in, things are amazing. Um, it's just amazing what's happening right now. We are definitely in the period for the rate change. It's here. It's right in front of us. Okay. Let's look at the next article. Ministerial review. The Minister of Commerce chairs a meeting to review the Performance Evaluation Committee. This is the ministerial review. They've talked about this for well over a year. I think this came forward around March, April, May of last year. So this has been in the works for well over a year. This is being timed with the kind of in a way the reforms and the rate change and so forth. Waiting for the rate change. Salary payments it's the salary scale being brought up for discussion. It's as a reform step, waiting for the rate to change. Okay? After the rate change, amend the law to complete the President of Parliament. This article states, this is what I've been telling you guys the whole time. They're talking about how they will need to amend the internal regulations law. Okay? And how amending that law will be the solution to resolving the Parliament of President dilemma. That's what I keep telling you guys. They have to amend this law. And amending the law allows them to complete the President of Parliament. But the step of amending the law is waiting on the rate to change. Okay? That's why the President of Parliament remains outstanding and incomplete. So Here's their council and minister session right here from yesterday. The government approves a package of new decisions. It's all in there if you'd like to check it out. The Prime Minister directs adherence to the timetables for, again, this is the entrance into Baghdad. Trying to make the government section of the country look amazing. Prime Minister directs to resolve all conflicts related to the implementation of the Baghdad entrance. Another article on that. The House of Representatives holds its session today, headed by Al-Mandalawi. And this one didn't say what they worked on. Here's a railway project, and they're saying it's at a 96% completion rate on the railway project. This is what they worked on in Parliament today. They did the draft amendment to the landlord's law today in Parliament. Today at their foreign currency auction, they auctioned off $274 million abroad. Planning announces the completion of the 5-year development plan. This right here is going to be the law that brings Steve out of the shadows from lurking. Okay. Now I want you to think about something. What does this need? Funding. It needs budget monies. It needs reform monies. Okay. Notice how they just finished its approval right before, at the end of July, beginning for August. This right here, guys, is when you see a law of this caliber come forward, because this is the backbone to everything that's going to happen. And this is the development plan for 5 years that's waiting for the rate to change, waiting for budgets to be approved. This is telling you everything right here. The fact that this came forward, this is telling you the budget's about to get overturned and come forward. It's telling you about that the rate is about to change. This tells you everything you need to know right here for the timing. This is your timing indicator to everything right here for the budget, the rate change, when they're going to open up to the international world. This tells you the timing to everything you need to know right here. Very critical article. Al-Sudani directs to withdraw the work for any company that delays the Baghdad entrance. Yep, lots of articles on that today. MPs collect signatures to lift the personal status law from today's session. Again, that was a very controversial law that I covered with you guys using an AI. Right here, Rafadain, and again, here's another critical piece to August. That's when they're timing their electronic payment systems and electronic banking systems are for August as well. Everything's happening in August. It's not coincidence. It's called timing. So you can check that out. You guys have already seen other articles similar to that in the last few days. All eyes on August. The Al-Abbasi heads the Iraqi delegation on the official visit to the U.S. This is about the military meetings, okay? And this has to do with to end the missions, to end the U.S. coalition missions in Iraq and getting troops removed starting in September. Here's another thing we studied using AI over the weekend. Iraq cannot manufacture armaments and military weaponry while they're under U.S. sanctions, but now they're preparing to start because, again, they're about to get removed from U.S. sanctions. Very critical piece. Right here, this is another meeting on while the Iraqi delegation is here in the United States. And again, sources announced Iraq's desire for the U.S.-led coalition forces to begin their withdrawal starting in September for a period or over a duration of 1 year. Again, that's because they're going to start this in September because everything's finishing in August. Right there, all eyes on August. There is no link between the Popular Mobilization Forces retirement laws and the general amnesty. Again, all these laws are waiting for the rate to change, to finish. That's why they just keep talking about them over and over and over. Waiting for the rate to change, waiting for reinstatement. Parliamentary legal, more than 150 projects are on Parliament's shelf. That's right, all waiting for the rate to change. And in this article, it talks about how there says about 150 draft laws waiting to get completed. Yep, all those 150 laws are waiting for the rate to change. Iraqi banking system, a noticeable increased number of bank accounts and the volume of deposits for citizens. Yeah, that's critical for the rate to change. The citizens need to have their debit cards because they're transitioning to electronic payment systems in August. So they need to And here's the article that brings Steve out of the shadows. This is his article right here. Is it really complete if there's no budget money to pay for it? Great comment, Steve. So again, this has to do with the completion of the 5-year development plan until the year of 2028. And again, when you see an article like this coming forward and being they complete its approval, this is the key right here to the timing of everything. It's the time. Yeah, it's the key to the timing of the rate change, the budget to come forward, everything that has to do with money. It's the positioning of the money right there. This right here tells you the fact that they did this right before August. Again, all eyes on August right there. Very critical piece. And so there you go. And here's one I posted. This is from yesterday, but it has to do with 44 schools in Karbala before the end of the year. Yep. This could be China. This might be China. China had a big development plan with the government of Iraq to build hospital, schools, infrastructure items, and so forth. And all of that was being timed with the rate change. So, Russell, you're absolutely correct. Where's the money coming from? Again, it's the timing of it. You guys are the best. Thank you for everything you do for me, and I hope you have an amazing day today. Take care, friends, and have a good one.